All yours.
Okay, guys, I think, do we want to give it another minute or two before we start just to see if more people come, or should we just go ahead and get started?
You can start saying hi and then take it from there. Just go slowly.
Yeah. Hi, guys. I'm gonna try to see if I recognize any names or faces or anything. Hey, guys. I think Holly's in here. She just spoke about this class on her Instagram, which is really nice. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. I'm just gonna introduce myself first, and then we can get into the project. So I'm Tisa Jackson. This is Tisa. I have a blog. I am a stationery designer. I blog about DIY. I do a lot of things with Cricut, paper, organization, things like that. And then stationery designer. I have a small shop on Etsy, and I sell happy, colorful stationery that brightens your day. So what else about me? I live in Central Texas, been here forever, and it's a little cool today, so I got to wear a sweater, so that's pretty awesome. And I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for joining me today. I usually have workshops in my home here in the craft room, but since COVID, we had to stop those. So this is my first virtual Zoom craft night, so I'm very excited. What else? I want to thank Michaels for allowing me to do this. It's going to be so fun. We're going to make this cute little tumbler. Really, really cute. It's fun, easy, but we use 8 different colors. So hopefully we'll be able to get through everything. So let's just go ahead and get started. Okay, just a few things. We're gonna just spend a little bit of time in Design Space. I'm gonna switch the camera in just a second. Michaels does have a great intro to Design Space in their list of classes. So if you want like more details on Design Space, you can visit one of those classes. And I'm just gonna go ahead and switch the camera around. 1 second. Let's see. Okay. So can everyone see the Design Space? Yes, okay, perfect. So what we're gonna do is usually the project is already done. Just so you know, when you get here, you can just click this button, make it, and just go. But I'm gonna go to customize because I just wanted to show you guys just a few things. So let's go to customize. Okay, so what you see here is we're actually doing a tumbler wrap, and I know it's a little bit different because we're gonna cut the tumbler wrap from Cricut transfer paper, and guys, I promise you, it's gonna look amazing and it's gonna turn out great. And so that's why this little tumbler thing is here, this little white block, and then when I go over, this is all of the confetti. So we are gonna go over to make it. Oh, one more thing. So in the confetti, you can see that there's these little hearts right here. There's one here and there's here. And then they're also on the tumbler wrap. So I'm using those hearts as guides. They won't be part of your final product, but just to kind of line things up, we're using those as guides. So we're gonna go to make it. And we're gonna open, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. And we're just gonna show you the project view. So I just opened my Maker. And the first thing we're gonna cut is the the vinyl transfer. And I'm just going to use the vinyl settings. It's looking for the Wi-Fi for the maker. It's just going to take a second. Are there any questions while we wait for the Bluetooth to hook up?
There are only a couple of questions. Thank you everybody for sharing where you're from. We have friends from all over the country and outside of the country, so welcome, thank you. We did have a couple of questions about folks who didn't have the tumbler, but they had other types of cups. What are your thoughts on different materials?
So actually, because the tumbler is kind of curved, but if you could use the wrap for, you can definitely use the wrap for anything like a cup that's kind of curved, because it's bigger at the top and it gets a little bit smaller at the bottom. But if your container is just like just a straight container, I would definitely just skip the part with the tumbler wrap and just use just a square piece of transfer paper. You can still do all the other steps, and then you can adhere it to your container.
And remember, when you have these finished projects, rather, share them on social media and hashtag #MakeItWithMichaels. And I'll go ahead and put that in the chat also. But yeah, any questions, go ahead and put those here in the chat, or fun comments or good ideas that you have on your side.
Perfect. So guys, you know what? I skipped the supplies. So let me do that first. I am so sorry. Let me go over the supplies really, really quick. We're using the maker, and then I have this working mat just to protect the table. And then we need a cutting mat to cut the vinyl, and that's here. We have a scraper, which is here. A weeder, we're gonna need that to remove the vinyl, and scissors just in case. And then we are using parchment paper. A little trick I learned is going to make your life so much easier. And then I have all these colors of Cricut premium vinyl. And Cricut premium vinyl is permanent. And I know Michael sells a couple other permanent vinyls that are, a couple other vinyls that are permanent. Sizer and I think it's Oracle 651. We have transfer paper, we have tumbler, which is here, and that's it. When you get your cutting mat, this clear paper is always on here just to protect the stickiness. So you just want to remove it. And then we're going to just add our first item that we want to cut. And for this, it's usually vinyl, but I'm telling you, it's going to be awesome. So, all right, and we're just going to feed it into our Cricut. And then when the Cricut's ready, this light's going to blink, and then you're just going to press it, and it'll start your cutting. So I did go ahead and cut a few of the colors in advance, but we are going to, I am going to cut a couple of colors with you guys so you guys can see. And the project link should be in the chat where you can find it in the Cricut Design Center. And let me know if you have any questions about that. Okay. And then a great tip I have is, when you're removing anything from your mat is made to just bend. So it just kind of helps because everything is it's always rolled up, and so it wants to stay curled up. And it just kind of prevents, as much as possible for it to curl. Okay, and so the next one, the next color we want to cut is pink. It's light pink. And in Design Center, when you have different layers, every color is programmed to cut on a different mat. So that's why we continue to remove and then add the next color. Is there any questions out there?
There are a couple about the design center, but I think that might be kind of some of the limitations of, of the site, maybe, as people are pulling it up. And then people want to confirm that right now, are you cutting the wrap or the confetti?
Okay, so sorry, that's a good question. We did cut the wrap and it's here. And then what we're doing now, because everything was in the same, everything is in the same project. So the Cricut is just going through all of the different materials. So now we are cutting the confetti. And we're gonna cut just one more confetti and then we're going to get started.
Okay, and then just to clarify, so the white rectangle that you had set aside there, that's the wrap, but
Yes.
all of these colors are the confetti. Okay.
Yes, all the colors are the vinyl, and then just this, and it says it on here, this is transfer, and then actually on the back of all of the vinyl, it tells you what kind of vinyl it is. We're gonna cut one more. And if you have any air bubbles, this tool is good to get air bubbles out. Sorry, I'm throwing my tools.
Hey, Tisa, another question. What material setting are you using to cut the transfer tape?
So in Design Center, I'm using my Maker, and for the Maker machine, before you even cut, you have to go in and tell the computer and the machine what you're cutting. So I am using the permanent vinyl. I'm using the setting for permanent vinyl. It might say premium vinyl, not. All right. Okay, guys. I'm going to put my clear sheet back on just to try to prevent dust or anything like that from getting on the mat. So, put that to the side. And like I said before, I went ahead and cut all of the colors. So, okay, I can see you guys now. Okay, here we go. I know it's a lot, but we did go and cut every single color. And so I want to start with the transfer tape. So I'm taking my weeder and I'm just going to remove the outer part of and this is going to be really hard to see on camera because of the transfer tape is clear. So I'm going to try to do my best to show you guys. So this is coming off. And you can see the grid is gone. Put that in the trash. And then remember we talked about those hearts that are our guides. There is a heart here and it's clear. You can't see it on the camera, but once you cut it, you'll be able to see it.
So here's a question. So folks want to know how the vinyl holds up when you wash the cup over time.
Great question. So for the permanent vinyl, you will need to hand wash your item. You're supposed to let it sit for 24 hours to set, and after that you should be able to hand wash it. No dishwasher. So guys, that was the first color. And then we also have a cute holographic that we're gonna add. And we're gonna take this. And I know that it looks like we are wasting a lot of vinyl, but I thought it would be better if we lined it up versus randomly adding them to the tumbler. And once we're done, all of the vinyl is here on my table. I'm gonna go back and add the vinyl back to these sheets, and then I'm gonna cut, and that way I can have scraps for later. So not 100% wasting it, but we are using a lot. And all I'm doing now is removing and making sure I'm holding on to the extra. The other side of the table. So guys, when I have projects, my projects are really easy. If you feel like you're not a crafter, you could come and over to my blog, and you will be able to make every project there. So I don't make a lot of my projects very difficult, because crafting should be fun. You shouldn't stress out about crafting, because really there's always more vinyl, there's almost always more paper, and if you mess up, it's just an easy fix. So that's how I craft. That's how I teach crafting. So we just have a couple more colors, and then I'm going to show you guys how we're going to start layering. Is there any questions?
So when the directions say print and then cut, can you kind of walk us through how you would go about doing that?
Print and then cut?
Yes. So is that something that you would do in the design file, or is that something that you're doing once you get everything transferred off?
I think that might be a mistake because we're not doing any printing today.
Okay.
I need to look into that and update that. We're not doing any printing. Okay, so everything is ready, and we have our transfer tape. And I laugh because, guys, this is a really unusual way to use transfer tape. Usually you just it comes on a roll like this, and you just cut off a piece, and you like a square, and you use it that way. I have never put it through my Cricut machine to have it cut into a shape. So let's see. So what we're going to do is we're going to peel off the transfer paper like this. And this is parchment paper. Parchment paper will not stick. Like it will stick just a little bit, but it won't rip anything. It's just to kind of use it as a guide so we can line up everything. And you won't have like confetti on top of confetti, or things hiding behind each other. So remember, there's a heart here, and I'm going to line up the heart here, and then I'm going to line up the heart over here. Like this. And then what you do is you take your parchment paper, you pull back your transfer sheet, and then my ceiling fan is on. Sorry about that. And then you've already started designing your confetti wrap. And we just use the scraper to just make sure that the vinyl is adhering to the transfer sheet, and it is. And remember, I said we're going to save all of that vinyl. So I'm going to place this back on here. Oops. Sorry. See. And then after the class, I'm going to go and I'm just going to trim this. And then that way it's less waste. And then I have all of these little trim pieces that I can use for another project. Okay. So we're going to grab the parchment paper again. And what we're doing is we're just laying it on here with a little bit of the sticky part out, flip it over, grab one of our confetti sheets, and we're just gonna line up the hearts. Like this. And then you peel this back. And remember, it doesn't have to be completely perfect, but is there any questions about this part?
Someone wants to know if we can use wax paper if parchment paper isn't available.
So I tried it with wax paper and it was sticking a little bit more than what I wanted it to. And so I wouldn't recommend using wax paper, but I can definitely give it a try and then try to come back later and give you guys another update. But I did try both. And then guys, so we just keep doing this over and over. I have one ready, but I want to keep crafting. So, so I'm just going to keep going. See, you're starting to see that you're getting a real confetti design. And this scraper really helps to have the vinyl adhere to the transfer sheet. I hope everyone's getting this because this is like the best thing ever, especially when you're dealing with larger sheets of vinyl. And guys, once these hearts start stacking up, you can definitely just remove them because remember, they're still on your transfer sheet. It was very hard to deal with the vinyl, just a big piece. And I found myself just getting so frustrated. And then I saw this and I'm like, I'm gonna try it and see if it works. And it works and it's pretty awesome. And you can use this same technique on smaller projects too. If you have a smaller image that you want to put on your tumbler that doesn't cover all the way around, you can definitely use this technique. Everybody's so quiet.
We have a lot of beginner Cricut users here, and so we're getting a lot of general questions, which is really awesome. But can you kind of tell us maybe like some, kind of introductory best practices about just getting comfortable with the Cricut process?
So are they asking about the Cricut machine or more about the Cricut design space?
A lot of it's the design space and then, kind of the path that you go through from the design space to printing it out, to transferring it to your materials. And
I think there's like a lot of, there's the question about printing. Since we're not printing, there is a way that you can print stickers and then cut them with your Cricut, and that's more of an advanced thing. But what happens is you would print it out on your printer, and then there's like registration marks that go around the image, and then once you feed it into your Maker or your Air 2, the machine reads those marks and then it knows exactly where to cut. So that's print and cut. But other than that, really, you were really just cutting. The Maker, which is the machine I have here, is the higher end one, and it I don't know what the price is, but you could cut fabric and wood, and we're cutting vinyl. I think it also does like some etching. You can like etch into metals and things like that. So the machine is versatile. You have a lot of options. But when people start out, they really, they start out with vinyl or iron-on vinyl. And those are, you can still do some amazing projects with iron-on and just regular vinyl. Another product that I absolutely love from Cricut, it's called their infusible ink. And when I was first introduced to the infusible ink, I was a little confused. I'm like, I don't understand, because it's kind of like an iron-on, but once you heat it up and get everything, once you heat it up and it's like you iron it onto your shirt, it's actually infused. The ink is infused into the t-shirt. And every time I see it done, or every time we make a project, I'm just amazed at that product. So if you guys haven't used infusible ink, I would definitely give it a try. I forgot to turn off my ceiling fan, so my parchment paper keeps moving. Was there any questions about anything I said about Cricut or any of the machines or anything?
I mean, we do have some questions here about, you know, kind of, they're pretty technical product questions about is the Maker better than the Cricut Air 2 and things like that. So I'm not sure if we have the time to really dig into some of these things today, but I do want everyone to know that I am taking good notes and passing all of these ideas along, because obviously there's a need for a little deeper discussion on some of these things.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure that that's discussed in that intro to Cricut class. But I mean, I have an Air 2 and a Maker. I just use my Maker more because on the Air 2, there's like a knob here, and this is where you tell it what material you're using. But on the Maker, it's done on the machine. And then also don't forget about the Cricut Joy, which is the very small machine. And that machine is amazing too. It does cut a smaller footprint, but you can you can cut regular vinyl, iron-on vinyl. I think you can use some infusible ink products. So that machine is also something to think about.
So I did put this in the chat, but it's a good time to remind everyone that this class is being recorded currently, and tomorrow at this time, it will be available on michaels.com/classes. You can find it there for a very long time after. And so you can stop and start and rewind and really use this as a great resource. And then there are other classes for different types of, you know, Cricut skills and attachments, etc. And I put that link in the chat as well. So we hope you join us again.
And I did make a mistake, so this is a good lesson. And as soon as I get this off, I'm going to share with you guys the mistake I made, and so you won't make the same mistake I just made. I think it's kind of good that I made this mistake, but let me.
That's kind of how we learn the best sometimes, right?
So what happened?
Mistakes.
So what happened is I used a different material. Although it's a permanent vinyl, this vinyl is holographic, and I think I used the wrong setting, and so now it's just having a hard time. It wants to keep the paper. I think the Maker cut it just a little bit too deep, and so I'm having a harder time getting it off the backing. So, but I'm going to show you how to fix it, because remember, there's no stressing and crafting at all. So give me 1 second and I'm gonna show you how to fix this problem. Yeah, it happened to almost all of the little holographic dots. even people who have been making with Cricut for a while, we all have issues. Okay, it's finally coming off. Okay, yeah, you should never rip the backing off, but I really want these dots on here. So all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take my tool and just remove the paper. So you can just hook onto the back of the paper here and just release it. But you really should never, ever have to do that. If you're using the right settings, this will never happen to you. But I think in preparing for the class, I probably left it on just the regular permanent vinyl setting, and I didn't switch it to holographic. And the holographic vinyl is just a little bit thicker, I believe. So, see guys, it's coming right off. All right. And we just have one more, and then we're gonna adhere it to the cup, which is the best part, right? So I'm gonna line up those hearts one more time. And remember, if you're using a cup or a container that's not, that doesn't, like it's not bigger at the top and smaller at the bottom, you can completely not use this transfer sheet. You could just cut a square, and you know, you can still use your hearts as a guide, and you'll be able to adhere it to your, I guess, cylinder shape. All right. I hope I'm not confusing anyone, and I hope you guys are not, I hope you guys are gonna learn something from this class. So
a lot of comments about what pretty colors you chose.
Guys, these are my colors. Like, I love these colors. So usually I have something here so the cup won't roll around. I'm just gonna use my, well, that's not gonna work. I'll use this tool, and I'll use my scissors, and it'll just hold it for me. And so what you're gonna do is you're just gonna take it. I need to stand for this. And you're just going to attach it to your cup. And just start in the middle, and it's just gonna wrap around just like that. Like, it is so easy once you know, do all the cutting and all of that. And then I'm going to, let's use our scraper so we just make sure that it's all on there. And then we just pull it off. The wrapping part is the easy part. And then we're gonna go back and we're gonna remove all of the hearts. Unless you want the hearts, you can keep them. And the tumbler wrap can fit up to a 24-ounce tumbler. So you can actually do a larger tumbler if you want. But this one's gonna have some overage, and we can just trim those with scissors or an X-Acto knife, anything like that. It's so easy. And guys, very forgiving. So don't be afraid to like tug on this, and you know, you can be a little rough with it if you want. There you go. And then like this spot doesn't have adhesive, a little sticker. So I'm just gonna take this off, and I'm just gonna add it there, just to add something there. Let's see. that's it. I'm going to trim this off with an X-Acto knife, and then that's it. It's all done. And then this is the example. We just used we used a different color holographic, but other than that, it's identical. And that's it. Except for now we have stuff everywhere. I have sticking to me. Guys, that's it. It's so simple. Is there any questions?
So now that we're talking about the cutting, we have questions about when you're cutting so much vinyl, how often do you need to replace the blades?
Oh, that's a good question. Okay, so I have a business. I do use my maker to like do personalized cups and things like that. And I say maybe every, don't quote me, 4 months or so, 5 months, I replace it. And when it needs to be replaced, you can tell because it starts to, instead of cutting just a straight line or very smooth, it'll start looking jagged. Your cuts will start looking jagged, and then you'll know that you need to replace your blade.
So we have a lot of people, they love there's no stress in crafting, which I love too. So a lot of great feedback there. And then some questions. So do you wash the tumbler ahead of time before you craft?
I would always wash anything that I'm giving as a gift. And like this one has a bow on it, so cute. You can like fill it with candy or whatever. I would definitely wash it beforehand. If you feel any residue on it, still you can actually just take some rubbing alcohol and just lightly rub it so the surface is just completely free of dust, germs, but not germs, but dust. Any, stickiness or anything from packaging or whatever.
Okay. And some people asked where to get the tumbler. So I put that link there in the chat. You can get that at Michael's.
Michael's, $99. They're so cute.
Really cute. And it sounds like you can get different sizes with this same pattern. So that's good. And then I also put in the chat here, just so everyone's aware, a few links to some of the intro to Cricut classes and where this will be housed. So you can go back and watch again.
Yeah, the last thing I want anyone to do is to purchase a maker and put it in the closet. Like, seriously, it's supposed to be fun, especially if you're gonna, even if you shell out, I don't know how much the Air 2 is, like even if you're spending a couple of $100s, that's way too much money to have a machine, and an awesome machine, and have it sitting in your closet. So if you buy Cricut, if you buy Silhouette or whatever your preference is, just, if you keep practicing, it's going to get easier, and I promise you guys are going to have such a great time. Is there any other questions? Or
can you hold the tumbler really close to the camera? We have some people who want to see up close what the confetti looks like. Here we go. Yeah, kind of get that.
Yeah.
We have a lot of aspiring Cricut shoppers, I guess, here. So if you have any final thoughts on how to guide them through that purchasing process and maybe what to look for what they need, that would be helpful.
I would definitely, Michael's has, I know Cricut, like I've been going down the aisle since the pandemic, and the aisles are empty because people are crafting at home. They want to make things, and I know that there was a shortage of the machines on Cricut.com, but they are at Michael's, guys. Like, go to Michael's, grab a machine, and I swear you're gonna have a great time. If you want any suggestions on like what to purchase when you purchase your machine, any materials, products, I mean, you can shoot me an email, or I think my Instagram, is my Instagram listed, guys? Or yeah, my Instagram's listed. Send me a DM. I'll be more than happy to help anytime. And if there's not anything else, if you guys don't have any other questions, I think we can stop and we can say goodnight. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. I know we didn't take up the full hour, but like I said, none of my projects will be difficult. Everyone will be able to make any of my projects, and you're never gonna get frustrated as long as you stay stress-free while you're crafting. So I'll see you guys later. Thanks for joining.